Today we're getting into the latest Tesla news, including the fake Tesla spotted in China, Tesla's newly leaked radar coming soon, and the latest for Tesla's factory in Mexico, so let's get into it. First up today, we've heard a lot of rumors about Tesla's new factory. Back in June of last year, it was reported that Elon was considering Canada, the US, and Mexico for its next North American factory, presumably to be in compliance with the IRS's new EV incentive rules. In August, Elon Musk held a meeting in Nuevo Leon with government officials from Mexico, as well as Ken Salazar, the US ambassador to Mexico. According to Reuters, he was looking at Santa Catarina as a possible future site. Then Reforma, a local newspaper, reported in December that they were planning to build a $10 billion factory there. They said that factory would start by building components for current Tesla models and could later possibly build a new model at a lower cost than other factories. The official announcement of that factory never came though. Then in January, we heard from a representative of the president of Mexico that they'd be building in Mexico City. That one would be an assembly factory that they would be building in addition to the one in Nuevo Leon. The representative said Tesla will invest there in an assembly plant to export directly by air, and the site is just 2 miles from the airport. That didn't quite add up because Tesla hasn't shipped by air in the past, so even though this news came directly from the Mexican government, there was a good chance that this was not a done deal yet. With all of these updates, we've definitely learned to take these reports with a grain of salt. After all, we've never heard confirmation from Tesla on whether or not it's actually happening. Now though, the foreign minister has teased that they'll soon have some good news. After meeting with several Tesla executives, he said, "I appreciate the visit from Rohan Patel, Tesla's Director of Business Development, as well as Eugenio Grandio, Market Director in Mexico. There will be more good news soon." He has since elaborated that Elon is ready to speak with the president directly, which could finally mean that the company is ready to make an official announcement. He said, "Very soon we will have confirmation that this company, which is so important, which is very close to the electromobility priorities we are promoting, has chosen Mexico to increase its presence. As for the exact location of that factory, no certain decision has been made." The president of Mexico has cited that there are favorable conditions in Nuevo Leon, they have a skilled workforce, they have engineers, and it's very close to the border, but has also raised concern over the city's lack of water. He's mentioned that certain northern zones ban water extraction, while the southeast holds 70% of Mexico's water. Elon should be speaking to the president soon, and we might finally hear an update there that's official. That factory's announcement could be something we hear about on Investor Day on March 1st, along with many of the other things we'll talk about in this video. Next up today, Tesla has a lot on their plate. Their main focus for the time being is scaling up the Model Y and working to get the Cybertruck finally in production. But the product on most people's minds is the Tesla Model 2, as it has been called. This won't be the production name for this vehicle, but it will be Tesla's affordable EV that they have talked about for some time. Tesla did just have intense price decreases, and the standard range Model 3, stacked with the right incentives in the right state, can be obtained for as little as $30,630 or $27,000. But this is a significant scenario for a specific car. For many, the Model Y is the car that makes a lot of sense, but it still starts at $55,000. There are all sorts of savings associated with electric cars, but at the end of the day, the most exciting destination for electric vehicles is when they are available at a seriously low MSRP. That's where the Model 2 comes in. Tesla has talked about making a cheaper vehicle for some time. Back in 2018, in an interview with Marques Brownlee, Elon Musk said, "I think in order for us to get up to a $25,000 car, that's something we can do. If we work really hard, I think maybe we can do that in 3 years." Then in 2019, he said, "Will there be future models that cost less? Yes, but they won't be soon. It will be at least 2 to 3 years, probably closer to 3 years. These are good examples of Elon time because the product is clearly on their sincere plans, but will come far more than 3 years from 2018. In 2020, Tesla talked about how 4680 cells will get them to a $25,000 compelling EV, and this was one of the first times Tesla officially mentioned this product. We have gone through various stages of rumor on this car, Elon Musk saying Tesla isn't working on this car, Tesla shifting focus to robotaxis, they want to come in 2024 and more. Then in October, Elon Musk said it's obviously what we're working on, the next generation vehicle, which will probably be about half the cost of the 3 and Y platform. It will be smaller to be clear. That falls right into the category of a $25,000 Tesla, but most recently Tesla has said that they would tell us about their third generation vehicle platform on March 1st. This is their Investor Day event, and they officially said our investors will be able to see our most advanced production line as well as discuss long-term expansion plans, Generation 3 platform, capital allocation, and other subjects with our leadership team. For the event, Elon tweeted saying Master Plan 3, the path to a fully sustainable energy future for Earth, will be presented on March 1st. Overall, we expect this event event to be focused on scaling, with the image for Investor Day appearing to hint at production of 2 million vehicles. But rumor has been circling about how much Tesla will unveil for their next generation vehicle platform. @DataEV on Twitter said they heard from a source at Tesla saying March 1st is definitely revealing a new vehicle. He hinted at it being the obvious thing, robotaxi capable is my take, and he's seen sketches of it. Based on his reactions, I'm betting this thing is going to blow our minds in some ways. This is obviously to be taken with a grain of salt, but while rumors like this have been circling, so has a new sighting of a potential Tesla Model 2. This is a vehicle zebra-wrapped that was spotted driving around in China. Now this is particularly interesting and confusing. Many think that this is the new cheap Tesla, a small crossover that Tesla will unveil come March 1st, and they're out testing it right now. Clearly it has Model Y headlights, wheels, and a very similar front end, and looks exactly like a smaller, cheaper Tesla from a distance. Photos like this one clearly show that it's a different shape than a Model Y, and others show how it compares in size to other vehicles. Here we can see the back, once again sporting Model Y taillights. A close-up of this car loading up onto a truck was taken as well. From the front, it has everything a Tesla would have. Very similar front trunk, headlights, wheels, and even autopilot cameras. But then it gets confusing. This angle shows the side, and we start wondering, why would Tesla be beta testing a brand new secret vehicle that has the exact same wheels as every stock Model Y on the road, and the exact headlights and taillights? Clearly, this vehicle is a ways off, so why are they out testing it, and why are they making it so obvious? It even has a charge port, but wait, is that a gas intake door? Maybe this isn't a Tesla at all. Over here we can see red Tesla brake calipers beneath the Gemini wheels, but then it begins to unravel even more. This car has normal door handles, something Tesla likely won't ship on their future vehicles. They'll probably be flush just like every car they ship. And then comes the real comparison to the Mazda CX-30. This is a comparison from Drive Tesla Canada, and it clearly shows that this is a CX-30. The rear windows, door handles, fuel door, rear bumper reflectors, and taillights on the spoiler are all exactly the same. It even appears to have the spot for the tailpipe. It's 100% a Mazda CX-30, but is fitted with a number of Tesla features, even down to the autopilot cameras. The whole front end is different as well, so it's heavily modified. Then it's wrapped as if there's something to hide here. Some people would jump to thinking these are photoshopped images of a Mazda as a mock-up for what Tesla's new car could look like, but there are too many photos at too many angles to call it that. This is real, but why does it exist and who made it? Tesla is definitely going to make their own cars. Elon Musk continuously talks about their main strength being manufacturing, so they aren't going to partner with someone like Mazda to make a new affordable car. They will absolutely make it themselves, and their manufacturing techniques will be a large part of what can make that vehicle affordable. That rules that out, and it also rules out Tesla modifying a Mazda for testing purposes. It seems to just be someone's modification, so it's a fake Tesla just in time to speculate before Tesla's March 1st event coming up in less than 2 weeks. The Drive says there is a chance Tesla is indeed using the body of a Mazda CX-30 to disguise its next generation car, and that this sighting is not a hoax. I suppose this could be possible with the main platform of the car hidden underneath, but if they went to all that effort, they surely wouldn't be dumb enough to put the stock wheels of one of the world's best-selling vehicles on this car. It's clearly designed for people to get excited about, but it's also clearly a Mazda CX-30. For now, we'll have to wait and see what Tesla actually unveils on March 1st. I personally think it may be much more conceptual and relate to a dedicated robotaxi the most, but we'll have to see. Regarding products that have leaked from Tesla and are real though, we have official images of the radar they plan to put back in their cars. Tesla's Hardware 4.0 computer was officially unveiled in documents, and those images showed a lot, including the potential addition of 3 or 4 cameras. The new computer appears to have slots for cameras, potentially located on the front bumper, and it has references to their new radar. Now that radar unit has leaked in FCC documents. This comes after Tesla somewhat ceremoniously removed radar in their cars back in 2021. This radar has been rumored since last year, and these new documents state that it will be placed right behind the front bumper. This illustration shows all the previous sensors and includes the location of this new radar exactly where it was before. The unit is described as non-pulsed automotive radar, which operates in the 76 to 77 GHz spectrum and supports 3 sensing modes. And here are photos of what the unit itself looks like. We can see it from the outside as well as the inside, showing the internals, including the location location of the antenna. We can see Tesla Inc. clearly inside the unit, and as noted by Drive Tesla Canada, it appears this radar unit is like all other automotive radar units used for adaptive cruise control systems. When it was first uncovered last year, it was billed as high-resolution radar, but it is unclear what, if anything, makes this radar unit superior to others currently on the market, even compared to the units Tesla used to include until they decided to remove radar from their cars nearly 2 years ago. Many felt that Tesla's move to eliminate radar was motivated by supply, and it appears to very much be the case here. However, Tesla, Elon Musk, and the Autopilot team have talked many times about how unnecessary radar is, so that seemed to also be a motivation there. We don't really know why they're bringing it back, and it will be very interesting to see why. Maybe we'll hear more about it on Investor Day, because the rumor is that Tesla is on the cusp of introducing this new Hardware 4.0 suite on their cars. The Kilowatts just spotted a few new, yet-to-be-delivered Model X's at the Tesla delivery lot, and noticed that they have new cameras. Tesla is expected to significantly upgrade the cameras on their cars as well with the Hardware 4.0 upgrade, and it seems that they are already being built into Model X's. While these cameras look very similar, the lens itself seems to be quite different and much larger. It also appears that these are some of the first Model X's built without ultrasonic sensors. Maybe Hardware 4.0 is when they're making this change on the Model S and X. Here's a reference the Kilowatts posted of a recent Model X. This is an older Model X that still has ultrasonic sensors and has the cameras we've seen for a while. The difference here is illustrated very well with the backup camera. On the left is the old lens, on the right is the new one. Clearly, it's much larger than before. Lots to speculate on here, but it does appear Tesla will soon be upgrading their autopilot system significantly, and we'll have to see when it arrives on which cars. Last up today, some updates about other automakers. Over at Redwood Materials, they have a huge update that will have a big impact for the US battery supply. Redwood Materials is a company that was co-founded by Tesla co-founder J.B. Straubel in 2017, and they have partnerships with Ford, Audi, Volkswagen, Volvo, and Panasonic, among others. Their goal is to increase the supply of battery materials while reducing environmental impact, cost, and supply chain risks. Currently, they're on the path to become one of the world's largest recyclers and remanufacturers of battery materials, including copper, lithium, cobalt, and nickel. As it currently stands, China produces over 70% of the batteries used in all the electric cars being produced in the world. To help bring production to America, President Joe Biden signed the Inflation Reduction Act, or IRA, in August. According to Straubel, there has been a frenzy of activity among electric vehicle and battery manufacturers since then. Last July, the Energy Department said it would loan $2.5 billion to Ultium Cells, a joint venture between General Motors Co. and LG Energy Solution, to help finance the construction of new U.S. battery cell manufacturing facilities. These loans come from the Advanced Technology Vehicles Manufacturing Loan Program. Now, Redwood will be benefiting from one of these loans. Reuters reports that the U.S. Energy Department on Thursday made a conditional commitment to Redwood Materials for a $2 billion low-cost government loan. Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm said that the loan will help the project create critical materials for EV batteries if it's finalized. She added that Redwood will play an outsized role in bringing the battery supply chain home because you are focused on the pieces that we don't have in the United States. It's unclear what the conditions are for Redwood to receive this loan, but assuming they are all met, this will be a huge step towards the US becoming a major EV battery producer. Domestic battery production will help EV makers meet the growing demand for EVs in the US and should also bring down the overall cost. Straubel said the first loan will help accelerate production and compress the time needed for them to get to full scale at their Northern Nevada complex, which currently produces copper foil for battery anodes. According to Redwood, the two most essential and valuable components in a battery are the anode and cathode. The cathode contains all the critical metals in a battery, lithium, nickel, and cobalt, and requires a complex manufacturing process and functional specification integral to the performance and safety of an electric vehicle battery. He's also said that cathodes may be around 50% of the cost of the battery. They already have a deal with Panasonic to supply those high nickel cathodes in 2025, so this is definitely a great first step for Redwood Materials. A future of recycled EV batteries is a very exciting future. Over at Hyundai, they have officially released pricing on the new Ioniq 6. This is one of the first true competitors to the Tesla Model 3, and pricing has been announced to start at $41,600. That's for a single motor standard range version with a 53 kilowatt-hour battery pack and a range up to 240 miles. It will be directly competing with the standard range Model 3, which gets a 272-mile range and comes in around $1,400 more at current pricing. There are a few other trims, and one particularly impressive trim is the rear-wheel drive long-range version. It's different than Tesla's long-range option, which only comes in all-wheel drive, but this long-range Ioniq 6 rear-wheel drive version allows it to start at $45,500 for a 361-mile range. Those are really great specs, and the range is achieved with 18-inch wheels. The all-wheel drive long-range version is $49,000, and then they have a few other trims, with the most expensive limited all-wheel drive model coming in at $56,100. This car is definitely priced to compete, and I'm really excited to see it. Hopefully those MSRPs are what customers actually can obtain them for, and dealer markups become a thing of the past. That's all the latest Tesla news for today, so in the meantime, if you want to see the latest incentives for the Tesla Model S, you can check out that video linked up here or in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.